I'm Rob Easter from thebigbanglife.com, and if you've been following me, we're working on a Magneto chest plate that I need for a competition in about 4 days. And the first thing we have done is we've actually taken our template and we have cut around and cut our breastplate out. Then we went in and traced the areas that we wanted to make the 3D effects in. We've heat gunned them so that they separated apart, and we went back and cleaned them up so that we have nice clean edges and everything. And now we're to the next step, which I think, as being a novice, like I said, is probably like the most nerve-wracking part of it. And that's taking a Dremel tool and actually making the 3D effects within the foam. One of the things that you want to keep in mind is that when you're using the Dremel tool, it can get a little wild on you and everything. So I actually have fashioned me like a kind of like a press where I can put the Dremel down to a specific height and then work the foam underneath and sand out the foam where I'm wanting to sand it out. This is where those edges are going to come in really important, because when that edge split away, it actually gives you a little bit of playroom when you're cleaning up around there and you're sanding off to not get into the areas that you're not wanting to sand. So, like I said, this is the hardest part for me, and we'll see how it goes.
3, 2, 1, cut.
Before we get started, I actually want to say that a safety precaution you want to look into in this is actually, once again, you're going to want to have you a nice area where when you start sanding this foam, it's going to create a very fine powder, which you don't want in your lungs, you don't want in your eyes. So you're going to want to wear proper safety gear. If you can, you might want to rig up something like I have here. I've actually taken a vacuum cleaner and I'm going to be running it as I'm sanding this down, so it's going to be pulling away those particles and hopefully keeping them out. But I'm still going to take precautions with my lungs and everything and try to keep myself safe, because I want to be cosplaying for a long time.
You're listening to a demo for stockmusic.net. You're listening to a demo for stockmusic.net. You're listening to a demo for stockmusic.net.
So there we go. I've sanded down, kind of gave it a three-dimensional effect. Like I said, it is not perfect. I'm still learning foam myself. This will be the second thing I've ever made with foam. So I've still got a lot to learn. This is just how I do it. But the next thing that I'm going to do is get all this dust off of it, and I'm going to reapply heat, and that'll kind of clear up some of these little strands and everything like that. And then I'm going to go through and use a piece of sandpaper and kind of hand sand down some of the places that really need it the most. I'm hoping that when we actually apply the Plastidip section of this, then it's going to cover up some of the imperfections that I got in here prior to painting. So we'll see.